close your eyes and let your shoulders drop. Let the day loosen its grip like a coat you don't need anymore, sliding from your arms and settling quietly on the floor. Your jaw softens, your forehead smooths, your hands rest heavy and warm. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold it gently, and exhale like a whisper. Again, inhale and exhale. Now imagine a different kind of quiet one that doesn't feel empty, but full of soft lights, distant footsteps, and the comforting hush of a city that knows how to be awake without being loud. You are in Paris. Not the Paris of crowds and rushing tours, but night Paris. The Paris that belongs to street lamps, to the river, to the moonlit rooftops, to the calm in-between moments. You stand beneath a small awning near a quiet side street, protected from a gentle mist that drifts in the air like a sleepy sigh. The air is cool, clean, and faintly sweet, like rain that passed through gardens before arriving here. Somewhere close, you catch the subtle scent of warm bread. Somewhere farther away, the soft echo of a scooter hums and fades. You don't need to know French to feel welcome. Tonight, the city speaks a language your body understands. Slow, soft, safe. You begin walking, unhurried, as if the sidewalks were made for you. Your shoes tap lightly against old stone. Paris streets are ancient in the gentlest way, like a well-loved book with smooth pages. The buildings rise around you, tall and graceful, their windows glowing in warm squares of gold. Curtains shift behind glass. A lamp flickers. A quiet conversation floats out and disappears. You turn a corner, and there it is, your first glimpse of the Seine. The river is wide and dark, carrying reflections like secrets. Each street lamp lays a long ribbon of light across the surface, shimmering softly with the current. The water moves with an easy confidence, as if it has all night and all time to arrive wherever it's going. You step closer to the railing and rest your hands there. The metal is cool, grounding. The city feels steady. Inhale and let your chest rise. Exhale and feel your body sink deeper into comfort. As you breathe, the sounds of Paris become a lullaby made of distance, a faint hum of traffic far away, softened by buildings. A slow clack of a bicycle crossing cobblestones, the quiet laughter of two people walking close together, the whisper of wind moving through bare branches. Everything is gentle. Everything is slow enough to follow. You begin strolling along the riverbank, following a path lined with trees and stone steps. The mist makes halos around the lights, turning each lamp into a glowing moon of its own. You pass a bench where someone sits quietly, looking at the water, not speaking, not scrolling, just being. In the distance, you can see the silhouette of bridges, arches and curves like calm stone waves, A bridge ahead is lit with soft bulbs, and under it the river looks even darker, like velvet. You move toward it, feeling your breath match your steps. Step, inhale, step, exhale. On your right, the city rises in layers, small streets, iron balconies, flowers, even in winter, held in pots like promises. A cat watches from a doorway, blinking slowly like it's already half asleep. You smile without thinking, because in night Paris even animals seem relaxed. Under the bridge, you hear your footsteps change, echoing slightly, then fading into the open air again. The sound is soothing, like a heartbeat. Ahead, a small street vendor cart, closed for the night, rests under a tree. The sign is turned over, but you can still smell the sugar that once floated here, and for a moment you imagine warm crepes, cinnamon, chocolate, and that comforting feeling of taking your time. But you don't need to eat tonight. You are fed by calm. You keep walking, and the river guides you like a slow story. You pass a set of stone stairs that lead down closer to the water. You choose them, one step at a time, careful and peaceful, as if you're descending into a softer world. Down here, the city feels farther away. The sounds blur. The lights soften. The air grows cooler, but not harsh, just crisp enough to keep you present. You sit on a wide stone step and let your hands rest on your knees. Inhale, exhale, look at the water. It moves without effort. It doesn't rush, it doesn't fight, it simply flows. And as you watch, something inside you remembers how to do the same. You release one thought, just one, and let it drift away like a leaf on the river. Another thought rises, and you let that one go too. The night doesn't demand anything from you. Paris doesn't ask you to perform. It doesn't care about your to-do list or your messages or your plans for tomorrow. Tonight, the city offers you one gift: rest. A small boat passes, moving slowly, barely making a sound. Its wake gently ripples the reflections, making the lights dance. For a moment, it's like the whole river is breathing, and you breathe with it. Inhale, exhale. Somewhere above, a church bell rings, once distant, soft, like a reminder that time can be kind. You stand again, feeling steady, and continue along the riverbank. The path curves, leading toward an area where the lights grow warmer and the streets narrow. A sign points toward Les de la Cité, the old heart of Paris. You follow. Your body feels heavier now, not tired in a stressful way, but heavy in the best way, like sinking into a safe mattress. Your eyelids in the real world might already be fluttering, but in the story, you keep walking because night Paris walks for you. You cross a small footbridge, and the river slips beneath your feet with a quiet hush. The stone under you feels solid, ancient, dependable. On the island, the streets are calmer. Fewer cars, more silence. A small courtyard opens up, and the air smells like wet stone and distant flowers. You pause at the edge of the courtyard. In the distance, you see the outline of a great cathedral, resting in darkness and soft light. Watchful, peaceful, like an old guardian that doesn't need to speak. You feel safe here. And as you stand, the night seems to lean closer, not to crowd you, but to tuck you in. Inhale, exhale. In the next part, you'll wander deeper into this quiet Paris past sleeping streets and glowing windows, toward a place where the night feels even softer and your mind becomes even calmer. for now, let your breathing stay slow, let your body stay heavy, and let the city carry you. The courtyard holds a stillness that feels almost magical, like the whole city has lowered its voice just for you. A lamp glows near a stone wall, and its light spills onto the ground in a soft oval, like a blanket. The mist lingers, and everything looks slightly blurred at the edges, as if the night has gently turned the focus down. You begin walking again, slowly, following a narrow street where the cobblestones shine with a damp, moonlit sheen. Each step is easy. Each breath is calm. Inhale. Exhale. On your left, a row of old buildings leans in slightly, as if sharing a secret. Some windows are dark. Some are warm with lamplight. Behind one window, you see the faint outline of a bookshelf and a small plant. Behind another, a single candle flickers. It makes you think of home, not in a sad way, but in a comforting way. Like the idea of home is wherever your body feels safe and your mind feels quiet. A little farther ahead, you see the dark shape of trees. Their branches reach over the path, making a natural archway. You walk beneath them, and the air feels cooler, fresher. A few leaves rustle soft as paper. The sound is soothing. Step, breath, step, breath. You come to a row of bookstalls, those famous green boxes along the river. But tonight, they are closed. Their lids are shut, and the metal surfaces are beaded with tiny droplets of mist. Even closed, they feel alive, as if the stories inside are sleeping, waiting. You run your fingers lightly along one stall, feeling the coolness, the smooth paint. You imagine all the books tucked inside. Poetry, old novels, travel journals, worn paperbacks that smell like time. You imagine each story breathing softly in the dark. You smile again. It's impossible not to in a place like this. Ahead, the river reappears, and you follow it, walking along the edge of the island where the Seine curves gently around you. The water is darker here, but the reflections are brighter street lamps on both sides, bridging the night with light. Across the water, you see another part of Paris. Quiet buildings, long balconies, and a street where a lone car passes slowly, its headlights sweeping like a calm glance. You are not in a hurry. You don't need to go anywhere fast. Inhale, exhale. You pass a small square with a fountain. The fountain is off for the night, but the stone basin holds a thin layer of rainwater that mirrors the sky. The square is empty except for a single bench and a small tree wrapped in string lights. The lights are dim, but they are there, steady, patient, kind. You sit on the bench for a moment. The bench is cold at first, but not uncomfortable. It reminds you that you're real, that you're grounded. The air touches your cheeks softly, like cool hands. You look up. The sky over Paris is not completely dark. It's a deep, velvety blue, softened by city glow. And the moon, half hidden by mist, hangs above the rooftops like a quiet promise. As you sit, you notice a sound, very faint drifting from somewhere nearby. Music, not loud, not sharp, just a soft, distant melody. Maybe a radio playing behind a closed window. Maybe a musician finishing a late set. Maybe the city itself humming. The melody wraps around you like a scarf. Inhale, exhale. You let your shoulders drop even more. Your hands rest loosely in your lap. Your fingers unclench without you even telling them to. The night is doing the work now. The city is soothing you. After a while, you stand again and keep walking. The street leads you toward a bridge with ornate stonework and old-fashioned lamps. As you cross, you pause halfway, looking down at the river. The water moves steadily, carrying reflections forward. And you think, maybe you can do that too. You don't have to solve everything tonight. You don't have to carry every worry to bed. You can let the river take them one by one downstream into the dark where they will dissolve. You exhale slowly, longer than before, and the bridge carries you to the next part of the city. On the far side, the streets widen slightly, and you see a small cafe still open, just one, like a late-night friend. Warm light spills from its windows. Inside, only a few tables are occupied. You approach the door, and as you do, the smell reaches you. Coffee, butter, vanilla, something warm and sweet. You step inside. The cafe is cozy, quiet. The air is warm, and the windows are fogged slightly. Soft jazz plays in the background, slow piano notes and a brush of drums like gentle rain. A barista nods at you with a calm smile, as if you've been expected. You order something simple, hot chocolate maybe, or a warm tea with honey and lemon. In Paris, even small things feel special. You sit at a small table near the window. The chair is comfortable. The warmth of the drink rises into your hands. Outside, the city continues its quiet motion. Inside, everything is slow. You take one sip. It's warm, sweet, comforting. And as you swallow, you feel the warmth spread through your chest and down into your belly, loosening you from the inside. Inhale, exhale. Your eyelids feel heavier. Even here in the story, your body knows what this is. This is the beginning of sleep. The jazz continues, soft and steady. The cafe lights glow like tiny suns. The air smells like sugar and warmth. And somewhere in your mind, the noise of the day fades farther away. In the next part, you'll leave the cafe and drift toward the higher streets, the ones that lead to Montmartre, where the city looks like a constellation beneath you. But for now, sit with your warmth, breathe with the music, and let the night hold you. When you step back outside, the night air meets you like cool silk. The mist has thinned, and the streets are clearer now, their stones shining softly under the lamps. Your drink's warmth still lingers in your hands, in your chest, in your calm breath. You begin walking again, guided by nothing but curiosity and comfort. Paris feels like it has layers at night. The rivers hush, the cafes glow, and now the gentle rise toward higher ground. You move toward Montmartre. The streets slowly tilt upward, and your steps become a little slower, not from effort, but from the dreamy pace of someone who isn't rushing. The city here has a different feeling, more artistic, more secret, like you've wandered into a quiet painting. A narrow staircase appears, bordered by iron railings. The steps are old, slightly uneven. You climb them one at a time. Step, inhale, step, exhale. Halfway up, you pause. Not because you're tired, because you want to look back. Below you, Paris stretches out like a soft ocean of rooftops and lights. Street lamps dot the streets like glowing pearls. Car headlights move slowly far away, like little fireflies. The city looks peaceful from here, as if it's already dreaming. You continue upward. On a small corner, you pass a tiny art studio. The window is dark, but inside you can see canvases stacked against a wall, silent, waiting. You imagine the paintings sleeping too, their colors tucked away until morning. A cat crosses your path again, this one gray and confident, tail upright like a question mark. It glances at you once, then continues on, unbothered, like it owns the night. You smile. The city feels friendly. Soon you reach a quieter street lined with trees and small buildings. There's a little square here, empty now, where in the daytime people would gather, talk, laugh, take photos. But tonight, the square belongs to you and the silence. The air smells faintly of wet leaves and distant pastries. Somewhere, you hear the soft sound of a broom sweeping, someone closing up, cleaning the last traces of the day. The sound is rhythmic, soothing, like a slow heartbeat. Inhale, exhale. You keep walking, and the outline of Sacré Sai begins to appear, a pale shape rising above the hill. It looks like a sleeping castle. The path widens as you approach, and the city's lights spread farther below you. The steps leading up are long and broad. You climb them slowly, feeling safe with every step. At the top, you stand before the basilica. At night, it is calm and silent. The stone glows softly under the lamps, and the building feels less like a tourist destination and more like a peaceful guardian watching over Paris. You don't need to go inside. Just being here is enough. You move to the edge of the terrace and look out. Paris is a sea of lights. Rooftops ripple into the distance. Streets form glowing lines, weaving through the city like gentle rivers of gold. Far away, you can see a taller structure, maybe the Eiffel Tower, faint, elegant, like a memory. And in this moment, you feel something settle inside you. Perspective. All the things that felt big during the day look smaller now, softened by distance and night. Not because they don't matter, but because you don't have to carry them at full weight while you rest. You can set them down. You can let the city hold them for you. Inhale, exhale. A light wind passes, cool and clean. It brushes your face and moves on. You pull your imaginary coat a little closer. There are only a few people here. Quiet silhouettes, couples speaking softly, a lone traveler with hands in pockets, a street musician packing up without playing. No one is loud. No one is rushing. It's as if everyone understands this is a place for calm. You sit on a stone ledge for a moment. The stone is cool beneath you, grounding. You feel steady. You feel present. And at the same time, you feel dreamy, like you're floating just slightly above your worries. You look down at your hands. They are relaxed now. And you realize something simple. Your body knows how to sleep. It has done it thousands of times. It doesn't need you to force it. It doesn't need you to solve the whole world before you close your eyes. It only needs permission. So you give it permission. Inhale. Exhale. You stand again and begin the slow walk back down the hill. The city lights guide you like stars guiding a ship. As you descend, you pass a quiet street with small cafés now closing. Chairs are stacked. Lights are dimming. The day is officially over. You turn onto a quieter lane where the buildings are darker and the street lamps are fewer. This part of Paris feels like a soft corridor leading you towards sleep. Your steps are slower now. Your breathing is slower now. And as you walk, you begin to imagine the place you'll rest, a small hotel room perhaps, with a window that opens to rooftops and the distant glow of the city. A room with clean sheets. A room with quiet. A room with safety. In the next part, you'll arrive there. You'll let the night tuck you in completely, like Paris itself is pulling a warm blanket over your shoulders. For now, keep descending gently. Keep breathing slowly and let your mind become quieter with every step. The streets grow calmer as you walk. Quieter intersections, fewer lights, softer shadows. You turn down a narrow lane where the buildings lean close as if to shield you from the world. Your footsteps are barely a sound now. Even the city seems to be tiptoeing. At the end of the lane, you see it. A small hotel with a simple sign and warm windows. Not fancy, not loud, just welcoming. You step inside. The lobby is softly lit. The air is warm and smells faintly of clean linen and old wood. A quiet clock ticks somewhere behind the desk, its sound slow and steady, like a gentle reminder that time is moving, but you don't have to chase it. The person at the desk greets you with a calm nod. No rush, no stress. Everything is easy here. You take a small key, an old-fashioned one maybe, attached to a little tag. It feels cool and solid in your hand. You cross the lobby and find the staircase. The steps creak softly as you climb, and the sound is comforting, like a familiar house settling at night. You pass closed doors, each one quiet and private. You can almost feel the sleep behind them. Different people, different lives, all letting go in their own way. You reach your floor and walk down a narrow hallway with soft carpet that muffles your steps. At the end, you find your room. You open the door. Inside, everything is calm. A small lamp glows on a bedside table. A bed waits with white sheets and a thick, comfortable blanket. A chair sits near the window, and beyond the glass you can see Paris rooftops. Dark shapes under a moonlit sky. The city is still there, but it feels far away now, like a lullaby playing in the next room. You set your key down. You move slowly, as if you are already half asleep. Inhale, exhale. You walk to the window and look out. The rooftops stretch across the night, their angles and chimneys forming a quiet pattern. Here and there, a window glows. Most are dark. The Seine is not visible from here, but you can sense it somewhere in the distance, still flowing, still carrying reflections, still doing the gentle work of the night. A faint sound rises through the glass, very far away, like a city breathing. A car passes. A door closes. Then silence returns. You close the curtains halfway, leaving a small opening so the moonlight can slip in. The room becomes softer, like a nest. Now you turn toward the bed. You sit on the edge first, feeling the mattress give beneath you. It's comfortable, supportive, but gentle. You take off your coat. You set it on the chair. You remove your shoes. Your feet relax instantly, grateful. You stand for a moment and stretch your arms lightly overhead. Then you let them fall. Your shoulders drop again. Your whole body is learning the language of rest. Inhale, exhale. You lie down. The sheets are cool at first, then quickly warm. The blanket settles over you with a comforting weight, not heavy, just enough to make your body feel held. You adjust your pillow. You find that perfect position where your neck relaxes and your jaw softens. And now, in this quiet room above Paris, you don't have to do anything else. No planning, no replaying, no worrying, just breathing. Inhale, hold, exhale. As you breathe, imagine the city outside slowly dimming even more. Street lamps continue to glow, but softer now. The rooftops become darker shapes. The last late-night sounds fade into nothing. Your body becomes heavier. Your legs feel warm and heavy. Your arms feel warm and heavy. Your chest rises and falls slowly. Even your thoughts start to slow, like a carousel losing momentum. If a thought appears, you don't need to follow it. You can simply notice it and let it drift away, like fog dissolving in morning light. Inhale, exhale, now. Imagine you can hear the Seine again, not loudly, just in your mind. A gentle, steady flow. The river doesn't argue with the world. It doesn't resist. It simply moves forward, carrying what it needs to carry and releasing what it doesn't. You can do the same. You release the day. You release the tension. You release the tiny worries that don't need to come with you into sleep. You keep only what feels safe. Your breathing slows even more. Inhale, exhale. The lamp by the bed is still on, but the light is dim. You could turn it off, or you could let it glow for a moment longer, like a warm friend sitting quietly nearby. In the story, the light doesn't matter. Sleep can find you either way. And now, you begin to feel that drifting sensation, like floating on calm water, like sinking into soft sand, like being carried by a quiet train moving through the night. Your eyelids feel heavier, your face relaxes, your hands rest still, and somewhere beyond the curtains, Paris continues to exist, beautiful and calm, keeping watch while you rest. In the next part, the city will guide you into an even deeper quiet, through a gentle dream walk of moonlit streets and soft, safe memories, until sleep feels unavoidable, natural, and complete. For now, stay here. Inhale slowly, exhale fully, and let the night do what it does best, hold you. Your room is quiet, and the blanket feels like a gentle promise. Outside, Paris continues, soft lights, distant streets, but you are already drifting away from the edges of waking. The world becomes less sharp, the thoughts become slower, and your breathing becomes the only thing you truly need to follow. Inhale, exhale, in your mind, the curtains loosen, the walls soften, the room turns into a doorway, not a scary one, not a strange one, just a calm passage into a dream you can trust. And suddenly, you are back near the Seine, not standing, not walking fast, just floating along the riverbank like the night itself is carrying you, the way water carries reflections. The river is darker now, smoother. The street lamps are still there, but their light looks softer, like it's been filtered through sleep. The air is cool and clean, and every breath feels like it reaches deeper down to the places in your body that have been holding tension without you noticing. Inhale, exhale. You walk slowly on a path beside the water. Your footsteps make almost no sound, as if the stones are padded with hush. On your left, the Seine moves with a quiet confidence. On your right, the buildings stand tall and calm, their windows like warm eyes blinking in the night. And then you notice something. The river is not just water. It's a gentle mirror for your mind. You look into it, and instead of only seeing street lamp reflections, you see small images drifting across the surface. Memories, soft and distant, like postcards made of mist. A childhood evening when you felt safe. A road trip where the sky stretched wide and open. A moment when someone hugged you and you finally exhaled. They appear briefly, then float away. You don't grab them. You don't chase them. You simply notice them, then let them pass. Because that's what the river teaches you. You can let things move through you without holding on. Inhale, exhale. You come to a small stone staircase leading down to a lower level near the water. You descend one step at a time, calm and steady. Down here, the river sounds are clearer, not loud, just more present. A soft, continuous hush, like deep breathing, like the world saying, "It's okay, I've got you." You sit on a stone step again, facing the water. Your body feels heavy, but peaceful. And as you watch the river, you notice something else. The lights on the surface begin to shift. The reflections stretch and gather into shapes like glowing ink swirling gently. They form a path, an invitation, not a demand, an invitation. You stand and begin to follow that path along the water's edge. The glowing reflections guide you, one step at a time, like a bedtime story written directly on the river. The city grows quieter as you walk. Streets and bridges blur into a dreamlike softness. The air smells faintly of rain and distant flowers. Above you, the sky is a deep velvet blue, and the moon looks calm, as if it's watching over your sleep. Inhale, exhale. Ahead, you see a bridge you didn't notice before. Smaller, older, covered in gentle light. The lamps on this bridge are round and warm, glowing like lanterns at a peaceful festival. You step onto the bridge. Your footsteps are silent now. Even the stones seem to understand. This is the sleep part of the night. Halfway across, you stop and look down at the river. And there, on the surface, you see something you didn't expect. Not memories, not worries, but tiny paper boats, small, folded boats, gliding gently along the current. Each boat carries a single word written in soft ink. Stress, pressure, tomorrow, should, worry, overthinking. You watch them drift by. You don't need to touch them. The river is already taking them away. You breathe out slowly, and as you exhale, you imagine one more boat appearing. Your own. It carries whatever you've been holding today. You place it on the water in your mind, and the current accepts it without question. It drifts away, and something inside you grows lighter. Inhale, exhale. When you reach the end of the bridge, you find a quiet garden. It shouldn't be here, yet it is. A hidden Paris garden, lit by soft lamps and lined with trees. The ground is damp, and the air smells like earth after rain. You walk between the trees. The leaves barely move. The whole garden feels like it exists only for rest. At the center, there's a bench. You sit, and the bench feels warm, like someone just left it for you, like the night prepared this place on purpose. You close your eyes in the dream. You breathe, and you feel your real body in your bed becoming even heavier, as if the dream is gently guiding your muscles to release one by one. Your jaw loosens, your shoulders drop, your hands soften, your legs sink into comfort. Inhale, exhale. In the garden, a soft sound begins, barely audible. It's like distant music, but slower, like a lullaby played far away for someone who doesn't need to hear every note. And as the music continues, you feel the edges of your dream blur again, like watercolor spreading. The garden fades, the bridge fades, the river remains for a moment longer. Then even that becomes a soft hush, and you drift deeper toward sleep. Somewhere between dreaming and sleeping, you find yourself inside a cafe again. Not the same one as before. This one feels even calmer, even warmer, as if it exists only in the world of rest. The lights are low, the windows are fogged. Outside, Paris is a soft blur of lamps and shadows. Inside, everything is quiet. A slow jazz tune plays, but it's gentler now, like the instruments are wrapped in velvet. The piano notes fall like soft raindrops. The drums are like a heartbeat, steady and kind. You sit at a small table. A warm cup appears in front of you. No need to order. The steam rises like a slow, comforting cloud. It smells like vanilla and honey. It smells like safety. You wrap your hands around the cup. Your fingers feel warm in your dream, and your real hands under the blanket feel warm too, like your body is following the cafe's comfort. Inhale, exhale, you look around. There are only a few people here, but they are quiet, like peaceful characters in a story that doesn't need drama. A couple sits close together, speaking softly, their words not important, just the gentle sound of connection. A person reads a book near the window, turning pages slowly. Another person stares into their cup like they're watching their thoughts settle. And behind the counter, the barista moves calmly, wiping a cup, arranging pastries, humming softly. This cafe doesn't rush, it doesn't push, it simply exists, and it invites you to slow down until you match it. Inhale. Exhale. You take a sip. The warmth travels through you like a gentle wave. It spreads from your mouth down your throat, into your chest, into your belly, and then all the way to your arms and legs. It's as if the drink is telling your nervous system, everything is okay now. You set the cup down. Your shoulders relax even more. Your eyelids grow heavier, and you realize something. In this cafe, you don't have to be on. You don't have to be clever, fast, productive, or perfect. You can simply be. The barista notices you and smiles softly, as if they understand your tiredness. They nod toward a small door near the back of the cafe. Not a scary door, just a gentle one, with a soft curtain instead of a lock. You stand slowly and walk toward it. The carpet under your feet feels thick and comfortable, like it's made to soften every step. The air grows warmer as you approach the door. You pull the curtain aside. Behind it is a small room filled with pillows. Big pillows. Soft pillows. Pillows stacked like clouds. The room is dim, lit by a single lamp that glows like sunset. And in the center, there's a wide, comfortable resting place, like a daybed covered in blankets. The kind of place you could fall asleep instantly. You step inside. The cafe sounds grow quieter, muffled by the curtain. The jazz becomes distant, like a lullaby drifting from another room. You sit on the edge of the resting place. The blankets feel unbelievably soft, like they were made from calm itself. You lie down, and as you do, you feel your real body sinking deeper into your own bed. Inhale. Exhale. In this dream room, the ceiling looks like a night sky, dark and smooth, dotted with tiny warm lights like stars. The lights don't sparkle sharply. They glow steadily, like they're breathing with you. You follow their rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. One by one, the stars seem to dim, not because they disappear, but because they're helping you go deeper. Your thoughts slow down. Your mind becomes quieter. Even the idea of time fades. And you realize sleep is not something you have to chase. Sleep is something you allow to find you. So you allow it. You let your breath become slow and natural. You let your muscles release completely, and the cafe dream begins to fade, not suddenly, but gently, like a candle flame lowering itself into darkness. The jazz becomes silence, the stars become softness, and you drift deeper still. Now, you are above Paris, not flying in a dramatic way, just floating gently like a feather in slow air. Beneath you, the rooftops spread out in soft rows, chimneys and angles forming patterns like waves on a calm sea. The city looks quieter from here, less like a place full of people and more like a peaceful landscape of light and shadow. Street lamps glow like tiny suns, and everything feels safe. Inhale, exhale. You drift lower toward a rooftop terrace. It's small, simple, and quiet, with a low stone wall and a single chair. A blanket is folded neatly over the chair as if someone left it for you. You land gently. No sound, no impact. Just a soft arrival. You wrap the blanket around your shoulders. It's warm immediately. And as you look out over the city, you notice something special. The lights below don't look like electric bulbs anymore. They look like candles. Thousands of tiny candles, flickering softly in the mist. The whole city looks like it's glowing from inside. You breathe in, and the air feels clean and cool, like the first moment after a long exhale. You breathe out, and the city seems to breathe with you. Inhale, exhale. From this rooftop, you can hear the city's lullaby. Not words, not music, but a rhythm, a distant hum, a soft hush. the faint sound of water somewhere far away, a breeze moving gently through streets. It's like Paris is saying, "Rest now. I'll stay awake for you." You sit in the chair and let your body sink. Your real body sinks deeper into your bed as well, like it's following the dream's instructions perfectly. Your legs feel heavy, your arms feel heavy, your chest rises and falls slowly. You look up. The sky above is deep blue, and the moon is calmer than ever. It doesn't seem far away. It seems close, like a gentle lamp hung above the city. And you begin to feel the boundary between dream and sleep dissolve even more. Your mind becomes like the Seine, flowing, quiet, effortless. Inhale, exhale. A soft wind passes over the rooftop, and it carries something with it, like a whisper made of comfort. The wind doesn't speak in words, but you understand it anyway. You can let go. You let go. You release the last tightness in your shoulders. You release the last clench in your jaw. You release the last little thought trying to stay awake. The lights below flicker softly, and you imagine each light is a small reassurance. You are safe. You are warm. You are allowed to rest. Nothing is required of you tonight. Inhale, exhale. The rooftop begins to fade, not into darkness, into softness. The city becomes a blur of warm light. The sky becomes a smooth blanket of deep blue. And your awareness becomes lighter, quieter, smaller, like a candle flame shrinking as it settles into sleep. Your breath is slow now. Your body is completely relaxed. And the dream carries you gently downward, like a leaf settling onto still water. Now, everything is quiet. Not empty quiet. Comforting quiet. The kind of quiet that feels like being safely tucked in. Your breathing is slow and steady, like waves arriving on a calm shore. Inhale. Exhale. You are back in your room, above the rooftops, back under the blanket, back in the gentle warmth. The curtains are half closed, and the moonlight slips through a small opening, painting a faint silver line on the floor. Outside, Paris is still there, and it feels like it's watching over you. The city has become a guardian of sleep. Inhale. Exhale. You imagine the streets below, quiet now. The cafés closed, the chairs stacked, the last footsteps fading. The river still moving, still carrying light, still doing the slow work of night. And you imagine something else. Every worry you had today has been placed gently into the river. Every stress has been folded into a paper boat and set afloat. Everything that can wait until tomorrow is already drifting away. You don't need it right now. Right now, you only need rest. Inhale. Exhale. Your body feels heavy and warm. Your legs sink into the mattress. Your arms rest comfortably by your sides. Your hands are loose and open. Your face is smooth, soft, peaceful. Your mind is quieter than it's been all day. If thoughts appear, they are faint and slow, like clouds passing through a night sky. You don't need to follow them. You let them drift by. Inhale. Exhale. Now imagine the Eiffel Tower far away, just a silhouette, glowing softly like a lighthouse in the distance. It doesn't call you. It doesn't demand your attention. It simply stands there, steady and calm, reminding you that the world can be beautiful even when you're asleep. And as you breathe, you feel yourself slipping deeper, deeper into comfort, deeper into stillness, deeper into that perfect space where sleep becomes inevitable. Inhale, exhale. The sounds of the city fade to nothing. The image of rooftops fades to softness. Even the idea of Paris becomes like a warm memory, gently dissolving as you sink. And now, there is only your breath. Slow, easy, natural. Inhale, exhale. Your body knows what to do next. Your mind doesn't need to control it. You don't have to try. You don't have to force anything. Sleep arrives, the way night arrives, quietly, naturally, without asking permission. And as it comes, you let it. You release the last little tension you didn't know you were holding. You feel your eyelids heavy, still, calm. You feel your whole body surrender to comfort. Inhale, exhale. Paris stays awake for you. The river keeps flowing. The street lamps keep glowing softly. And you rest. You don't have to do anything now. Your body is already heavier. Your breathing is already slower. And the night is already guiding you. Inhale, exhale. In your mind, Paris returns again. Not as a place you must explore, but as a soft backdrop that makes your thoughts feel safe to quiet down. You find yourself on a narrow street lined with lantern-style lamps. They glow warm and round, turning the mist into gentle halos. The cobblestones look like they've been polished by years of rain and footsteps, and tonight they shine softly as if the street itself is sleepy. You walk slowly, the way people walk in dreams. There's no destination that matters. The walk itself is the destination, each step easing you closer to rest. Step, inhale, step, exhale. The street is quiet. Not completely silent, but calm. The way a library is calm, full of peaceful presence. A window above you is open, just a crack, and a thin line of piano music drifts out, slow and simple. It doesn't pull your attention. It only smooths your thoughts. You pass a little flower shop with its shutters closed. A bucket of leftover blooms sits near the door. Dark reds and pale creams, petals gathered like folded silk. Even the flowers seem to be sleeping, holding their color until morning. You continue past small balconies with iron railings. A few have string lights still on. Tiny dots of warmth, like someone forgot to turn them off, or maybe left them on for the night to feel friendly. Inhale, exhale. The air smells clean and damp, with a hint of baked sugar somewhere distant. The smell makes you feel safe in a way you can't explain, like you've been here before, even if you haven't. You turn a corner and find a tiny square you didn't notice earlier. In the center, there's a single tree wrapped in soft lights. The lights don't blink. They glow steadily, like a slow heartbeat. You sit on a bench across from the tree and watch the lights for a moment. Your real body in bed relaxes even more, as if it recognizes the rhythm. Steady light, steady breath, steady calm. Inhale, exhale. A soft breeze moves through the square, and the tree's branches sway gently. A few leaves drift down, slow and quiet, landing on the ground like feathers. You watch one leaf fall, and as it lands, you feel something in you land too, like your mind settling into its own softness. No struggle, no effort, just settling. You stand and continue walking. The lantern street leads you toward a small arched passageway, a short tunnel lined with old stone. The lamps along the tunnel are dimmer, and the light inside is golden and gentle. You step in. Your footsteps echo softly. 1, 2, 3, then fade as you come out the other side. And on the other side, you find something unexpected. A tiny bookshop, still open. It shouldn't be open this late, but in a dream, the world makes room for comfort. The window is fogged slightly, and inside you can see shelves full of books, warm light, and a small stool by the counter. You push the door open. A bell rings, soft and sleepy. Inside, it smells like paper, old wood, and quiet. You walk between the shelves slowly. You don't need to read anything. You just like being here. You like the feeling that stories exist, patiently waiting, like they're saying. You don't have to hold everything alone. Near the back, you notice a shelf labeled in English, Sleep Stories. You smile. You reach for a book at random. Its cover is soft, dark blue, like night sky. When you open it, the pages aren't full of words. They're full of blank space, clean, peaceful, open. And then you understand. The book isn't asking you to think. It's asking you to rest. You close the book gently and place it back. You turn toward the door, and as you do, the warm light of the shop grows dimmer and the edges of your dream blur again. The lantern street fades. The tree lights fade. The bookshop fades. And you drift deeper, as if the dream has done its job, quieting your mind one soft scene at a time. Inhale, exhale. Somewhere in your sleep you hear a sound, not loud, not sharp, just steady. A soft rolling rhythm, like gentle wheels moving over track. And you realize you're on a train. Not a crowded train, not a noisy one. This is a quiet Paris night train, almost empty, softly lit, moving smoothly through the city as if it doesn't want to wake anyone. You sit by a window. The seat is comfortable, and a warm light glows above you. The train sways slightly, and the motion is soothing, like being rocked. Inhale, exhale. Outside the window, Paris passes by slowly. Streetlights, bridges, quiet buildings, dark parks. Everything moves like a lullaby. The train doesn't rush. It moves at the exact speed your mind needs. You look down at your hands resting in your lap. They are relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your entire body feels supported. And the motion of the train becomes a guide for your breathing. As the train moves forward, you inhale. As it glides smoothly, you exhale. Inhale, exhale. At the end of the carriage, a door is slightly open, and beyond it you can see another car, darker, quieter, with lights dimmed even more. A sign above the door reads, in English, resting car. You stand slowly and walk toward it. Your steps are soft on the carpet. You push the door open, and the sound is barely a whisper. Inside, the lights are dim. There are long seats, almost like beds, lined with clean blankets. A few passengers are already resting. No one speaks. No one moves quickly. It feels like a traveling sleep room. You choose a spot near the window and sit. Outside, the city continues to glide by, but it's blurrier now, like your eyes are half closed. Inhale, exhale. A gentle voice comes over the train speaker. Not loud, not demanding. It's calm. It's slow. It says only one thing. You may rest. And you do. You lie down on the seat. A blanket is already folded there for you, soft and warm. You pull it over your body. The train sways gently, rocking you, carrying you, keeping you safe. Inhale, exhale. The window shows a last few lights of Paris. Then a dark stretch. Then a few more lights. Your eyelids are heavy. Your thoughts are slow. And the train becomes your breath, moving forward without effort. Inhale, exhale. Soon, even the image of the train fades, and all that remains is the sensation. Supported, carried, safe. And your mind slips deeper. Now you are in a place that feels like a secret, a courtyard tucked between buildings, protected from the world. The ground is stone, and the air is cool, but not cold, and something soft is falling from the sky. Not rain, snow. But it's not the harsh snow of storms. This is warm snow, gentle flakes drifting down slowly like tiny feathers. They land on the stone without making it slippery, without making it cold. They land and dissolve into comfort. Inhale, exhale. You stand in the courtyard and watch the flakes fall. A single lamp glows above, turning each snowflake into a tiny spark of light. The whole courtyard shimmers softly. There's a bench here. You sit. The bench feels warm, as if it has been waiting for you. The flakes continue to fall, slow and steady. And you realize this snow is like your thoughts. Each thought arrives gently, then dissolves. No need to hold it. No need to fight it. It dissolves on its own. Inhale. Exhale. Across the courtyard, there's a small doorway with a soft light behind it. The door is slightly open, inviting you. You stand and walk toward it. Inside is a little room, quiet and cozy, lined with books and blankets. A small fireplace glows, its flames gentle and slow. Not loud, not cracking sharply, just a soft, steady warmth. You sit by the fire. The warmth reaches your hands, your face, your chest. Your muscles release even more, as if the fire is melting the last hidden tension. Inhale. Exhale. On a small table beside you, there's a cup of warm tea. The steam rises slowly, and the scent is calming, chamomile and honey. You take one sip. Warmth spreads through you. The fire flickers softly. The snow outside continues to fall, and you feel yourself sinking deeper into sleep. In the far distance, you see the Eiffel Tower again. Not close, not loud, just a soft glow. Like a lighthouse. It doesn't call you to come closer. It simply stands there as a quiet symbol, steady and calm, reminding you that the world can keep turning while you rest. You are on a quiet street now, wide and empty, lined with trees. The leaves barely move. The lamps glow softly. The mist has returned, making everything look dreamy and gentle. You walk slowly, but you don't feel your feet much anymore, like your dream is becoming lighter. Inhale, exhale. The Eiffel Tower glow is visible through the mist, blinking softly, steady, patient. You stop and look at it for a moment, and you imagine now with each blink, it sends you a message. Not in words, but in feeling. Blink, you are safe. Blink, you are warm. Blink, you can let go. Blink, sleep. Blink, sleep. Now, inhale, exhale. You feel your real body in bed, drifting deeper. Your breathing slow, your muscles completely relaxed, your mind quieter than quiet. The street around you becomes softer. The trees become shadows. The lamps become warm dots. The Eiffel glow becomes a gentle haze. And your dream begins to dissolve, like fog lifting. But instead of waking you, it carries you downward into deeper sleep. Inhale, exhale. Everything becomes simpler. Just breath, just warmth, just rest. And Paris, beautiful, calm. Paris keeps watch like a guardian of the night while you disappear into sleep. You are so comfortable now that time feels different, not fast, not slow, just distant. Inhale, exhale. In your dream, you find yourself back near a familiar Paris street, but this street is quieter than any you've seen so far. The buildings are taller here, and the windows are darker, as if the whole neighborhood has already fallen asleep. A clock tower rises at the end of the street. It isn't dramatic or loud. It's calm old stone, soft light, and a clock face glowing pale gold in the mist. The hands move slowly, patiently, like time has finally stopped trying to chase you. You walk toward it. Your footsteps make no sound now. Even the cobblestones feel padded. like they're wrapped in gentle hush. As you reach the base of the tower, you notice something strange and wonderful. There are minutes on the ground. Not actual numbers, more like tiny paper slips, scattered like leaves, each one labeled with a time. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You bend down and pick up a slip. It feels warm, like it was printed from comfort itself. And when you hold it, you feel your body loosen a little more, like that minute wasn't meant for doing something, but for resting deeper. You pick up another slip. Another wave of ease travels through you. Your jaw relaxes, your shoulders sink, your hands soften. Inhale, exhale. You realize the tower isn't measuring time. It's collecting it. All the minutes you spent worrying today. All the minutes you spent rushing. All the minutes you spent thinking too hard. The tower holds them for you now, so you don't have to. You walk around the tower, and on the other side you find a small door, low and simple. It's slightly open, and a soft glow spills out like candlelight. You step through. Inside, the clock tower is not filled with gears and noise. It's filled with quiet. A spiral staircase wraps upward, but you don't feel like climbing. Instead, you notice a small resting nook built into the wall, like a cozy shelf lined with cushions and blankets. It looks like it was made for a person to curl up and forget everything. You sit. The cushions shape themselves around you. The blanket settles across your lap, and the tower's light, warm, golden makes your eyelids even heavier. Inhale, exhale. Above you, you hear the faintest tick. Not stressful, not urgent, just steady. Tick, tick, like a heartbeat, like breathing. And then you realize the tick is matching your breath. Inhale, tick. Exhale, tick. Your mind slows even further. Your thoughts become fewer, softer, like distant birds settling into nests. The clock tower holds time for you, and you hold nothing. Inhale, exhale. Soon, even the idea of the tower becomes blurry, as if it's drifting away from you on a soft current. The nook fades into warmth. The tick becomes silence, and you drift deeper. Now you are walking through a museum, but not a museum of history or art in the usual way. This is a museum of calm. The hallways are wide and quiet. The floors are smooth, and your steps make no sound. The lighting is soft like sunrise filtered through curtains. And the best part? There are no crowds. Just you and peace. Inhale. Exhale. You move slowly past tall archways, and each room you enter holds something different. Not objects, but feelings. One room holds the feeling of warm sunlight on your face when you were younger. You don't see the sun itself. You just feel it, like a gentle warmth spreading across your cheeks, across your forehead, across your whole body. You linger for a moment, letting that warmth soak in. Then you move on. The next room holds the feeling of clean sheets after a long day. That crisp, comforting scent, that fresh, cool softness, that sinking relief. Your real body in bed seems to echo that feeling, sinking deeper, relaxing more, as if the museum is guiding your muscles to let go. Inhale, exhale. The next room holds the sound of rain on a roof. Not storm rain, gentle rain. The kind that makes you feel safe inside. The kind that turns the world into a soft, steady hush. You listen, and your mind quiets even more. You don't think, you simply receive. Then you move forward again. Another room holds the feeling of being understood. It's a subtle feeling, but powerful. Like someone listens to you without judging, like you don't have to explain yourself, like you're allowed to just exist. You breathe out slowly and let that feeling settle into your chest. Inhale, exhale. The museum continues, room after room, each one lighter, softer, quieter. A room of cozy blankets, a room of distant lullabies, a room of candlelight, a room of slow ocean waves. You don't have to analyze anything. You don't have to name anything. You simply walk through, letting each calm sensation smooth you out from the inside. Finally, you reach a small room at the end of a hallway. Its doorway is covered with a soft curtain, like the café's resting room earlier. A sign beside it reads, "Deep Sleep." You step inside. The room is dim. The floor is cushioned. And in the center is a wide, soft bed made of pillows and clouds. You lie down. And the museum fades behind you, as if you've walked through every calm feeling you needed, and now there's nothing left to do but sleep. Inhale, exhale. Now you are in a garden again. But this garden is even quieter than the one before. The air is cool and clean. The trees are tall and still. Small lamps glow at ground level, lighting a path like a gentle trail of stars. You walk slowly along the path, and each step feels lighter, dreamier. Inhale, exhale. As you walk, you notice a soft mist rising from the grass. It isn't fog that hides things, it's mist that transforms things. And when a thought appears in your mind, you see it as a tiny shape in the mist, like a faint word or image floating above the ground, a worry, a plan, a memory. But the moment it rises, the mist dissolves it. It fades gently, without effort. You keep walking. A thought appears. The mist dissolves it. Another thought appears. The mist dissolves it too. And you realize your mind doesn't have to fight thoughts. Your mind can simply let them become mist and disappear. Inhale, exhale. The path leads you to a small pond. The water is still, like glass. The surface reflects the lamps and the trees, but the reflection is softer, more dreamlike. You sit at the edge of the pond. Your breathing slows. Your body in bed feels heavier. You look into the pond and you notice something beautiful. The pond reflects not your face, but your calm. It reflects the version of you that is resting, soft, safe, unburdened. You watch the reflection for a moment, then close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. A light breeze moves through the garden, and the mist drifts gently across your skin, cool and comforting. It feels like the night itself is brushing away the last traces of stress. You breathe in, you breathe out, and your awareness becomes smaller, like a candle flame shrinking, like a wave flattening into still water. The garden grows dimmer, the lamps grow softer, the pond becomes darkness, and you drift. Now there is almost nothing left of the dream. Only comfort, only warmth, only breath, only breath. Inhale, exhale. You are back in your room above the rooftops, but even the room is fading into softness. The bed feels like it's holding you perfectly. The blanket feels like it belongs there, like it was made to fit you. Outside, Paris is quieter than ever. The city lights are still on, but they seem farther away. The streets are empty. The river continues to flow in the distance, a soft hush moving through the night. And in this moment, it feels like Paris is sleeping too. Not completely, because a city always keeps some kind of watch, but it's resting, it's breathing, it's calm. Inhale, exhale. You imagine the Seine again. You imagine it flowing under bridges, carrying reflections, carrying paper boats, carrying every leftover worry away from you. You imagine the lantern streets dimming, the cafés closing, the rooftops settling into stillness. You imagine the Eiffel Tower glow blinking softly in the distance, one last gentle reassurance. Blink, rest now. Blink, you're safe. Blink, sleep. Inhale, exhale. Your mind is so quiet now that thoughts can't hold shape. They arrive as faint impressions and dissolve before they become anything. Your body is completely relaxed. Your shoulders are heavy. Your arms are warm. Your legs are sinking. Your face is smooth. Your breathing is deep and natural, like your body has remembered exactly what it needs. Inhale, exhale. Sleep is not something you're reaching for now. Sleep is already here. It is around you. It is inside you. It is holding you. And Paris, beautiful night. Paris keeps watch in the background of your dreams while you rest deeply, peacefully, completely. Inhale, exhale, and you sleep.